Good morning, I'm Isaiah Jacob with your sports update. The Buckeyes rolled to another victory yesterday over Rutgers as Julian Sayin threw for 157 yards and 2 touchdowns without his top 2 targets, Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate. Elsewhere in college football, and what was one of only 2 matchups between ranked teams this week, number 7 Oregon beat 15th ranked USC 42-27. Dan Lanning, head coach of the Ducks, had some choice words directed towards the SEC in the postgame.
This conference is a really good conference. It's competitive, right? We didn't play Chattanooga State today, right? Like some other places. That being said, it's tough playing 9 conference games. It's tough playing in this league.
Oregon currently sits at 7th on the college football playoff rankings with a record of 10-1. In NFL news, Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow has been ruled out for today's game against the Patriots. Joe Flacco will get the start at 1 p.m. And then for Cleveland, they travel to Las Vegas at 4:05. Today marks the first start for rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders. Breaking sports news when it happens on the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
This is Hollywood Casinos On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
Here are your hosts, Dave Biddle and Scotty Vegas.
Well, welcome to Beat Michigan Week, Buckeye fans. And we have Michigan fans listening too as well. But the game week, rivalry week, it's always like, I've always compared it since I was a little kid. Like Ohio State and Michigan fans know every year, Scotty, they're going to get their own version of the Super Bowl. It's kind of how I always looked at it, And I know it's been diminished a little bit, but it doesn't really feel like it to me. I mean, I know Ohio State lost last year, lost to Michigan, still won the national championship. So things have definitely changed. But man, we're 6 days away, and it feels like it's tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's what the buzz feels like. But how you doing this morning, my friend?
Good. And you know what? It's funny because you get the opportunity, Dave, and I think a lot of people forget about this because Michigan has had one of those seasons that's like, okay, right? Like they're sitting there at 9-2. But if they win, if they somehow pull off the win, they will be in the college football playoff, right?
100%.
You get a win over number 1, and they'd have 2 losses, and so they would be in. So you have the opportunity to completely ruin their season. And, you love that. You love the fact that I'm actually glad, they pulled off that win against Northwestern, and then they won yesterday against Maryland to be in a position where they win and they're in. And I love the opportunity for Ohio State to ruin their season.
Yeah, definitely. It's the difference for Michigan and probably going to the Citrus Bowl, or though they would be in the CFP for sure. It's not just they'd be 10-2 with the win over Ohio State. That would do it probably regardless of what their losses were. But their losses would be road losses to top 10 Oklahoma, right? And then USC, which still will probably be ranked.
Yeah.
What were they, 15th? You're not going to drop them out of the top 25 and I know they, Oregon beat them. We'll get to that. Oregon beat them by 15. I did have a little mini bet on Oregon, so I did like that.
Nice.
And I'm not complaining that I didn't bet more because we have rules here. There's plenty of times to complain about bets when you lose bets. If you win bets, you shouldn't complain, I should have bet more. Just enjoy the win. But yeah, I think so USC would still be ranked. Yeah, Michigan would be in for sure. Yesterday I did take away a scenario that I was really wondering. If USC had won that game, I was really curious if 10-2 Oregon would get in. You'd be like, yeah, of course they'd get in, right? They were 7th. They'd lose to USC. They'd drop a little bit, but they'd be okay, right? Then you'd look under the hood a little bit, and you're like, oh, they don't have any quality wins at all. If they were sitting there at 10-2, they would at least been on the bubble. I think they probably would have got in. It depends on what would have happened elsewhere. Bama might be on the bubble, which is funny. But let's talk about Ohio State. We're going to get to most of the show is going to be talking Ohio State, Michigan. We're going to talk some NFL. We're going to have a this or that segment. Mine's going to be Thanksgiving themed this or that. You have yours. I already know yours as well. You have some interesting ones. Hopefully Isaiah. By the way, hi, Isaiah.
Good morning, fellas.
Isaiah Jacob at the controls, I should say.
I wanted to ask you guys both this because for me, going into this game next week against Michigan, I feel like Ohio State is better at every single position group than Michigan. I went through it kind of last hour and just kind of was like, okay, quarterback, I don't even think is close. Running back, because of Michigan's being banged up with the running backs,
and Ohio State
has four really good ones, including one that might be great with Bo Jackson.
Yes.
Us assuming even, wide receiver wise, we're going to assume that Tate and Jeremiah are back. It's a humongous advantage.
I'm glad you're going to assume that.
Tight ends, advantage Ohio State. I feel like offensive line, Ohio State. Like and then Ohio State's elite defense. I really believe, maybe this is a little homer in me, but I really believe that Ohio State has the advantage at every single position group out there?
I would have said Michigan coming into the year. I know you're talking about like
D-line.
the top, the 22. You're not talking about special teams, but I would have said Michigan has a significant advantage at kicker. I don't know what's happened with their kicker. Obviously, it's mental. It always is with kickers. Dominic Zavada is his name. He transferred in from Arkansas State last year, so he was a junior last year. He was so good, I thought he might turn pro early. Kickers don't usually turn pro early. Seriously thought he might. He was like 21 of 22 last year in field goals, and I believe it was 7 of 7 of 50 or more. This guy had one of the best seasons ever for a kicker last year. And this year, it's not like he's terrible, but he's shaky. Even the Northwestern game that he won on the last second field goal, he missed the other 2 field goals he tried, and they weren't like long field goals. He was 1 of 3 that game. Yesterday, he missed another one. So even that, even like I would say they have a significant advantage at kicker. Like Jaden Fielding's having a good year for Ohio State.
So you agree with
Totally
me?
agree
Every
with you.
single okay.
I mean, the closest would be running back, but you're right. I mean, with Haynes, if they had Haynes and Marshall, I would say they have the advantage at running back. Haynes is definitely out. Marshall's in that, one of those categories where I'd be shocked if he doesn't play. Like he will play. Sorry for the double negative. He will play, but how effective will he be? His shoulder got really banged up. Now they did X-rays. If you're a Michigan fan, you got to be happy that those X-rays came back negative. I agree with Ohio State. Bo Jackson is a standout. Is he as good as Justice Haynes was this year when he was healthy? Probably not. I think Justice Haynes and Jeremiah Love were, and not in that order. Love then Haynes were the 2 best running backs in the country when Haynes was healthy. But, and Marshall's been very good too. But Ohio State's got those 4 guys. And you look at the way James Peoples, we kind of thought he was kind of the 4th string running back, right? I mean, that's kind of how it was there for a while. Maybe he still technically is. Looks like he's now the 3rd string running back. That's a pretty nice luxury, Scotty, when the guy that we all thought was going to be the number 1 running back for this team then is like the 4th string, 3rd string, but he never got discouraged. Maybe he did, and we don't know about it, but he never showed a lack of effort. And look at James Peoples now.
Well, okay, and Nate in our YouTube chat says, yeah, these are homer takes. And I like maybe there is a little bit of a homer take, but there's a reason why Ohio State on the road is a 12.5-point favorite against Michigan. On the road, 12.5. That's the number that came out this morning.
Well, which position is he disagreeing with?
He's not giving a specific position. He says in the trenches, which I disagree with. Have you seen Ohio State's defensive line?
Maybe who's Michigan's right guard, because that's been an issue. Is he better than Gabe Van Sickle though? I don't know. I mean, Tegra was okay yesterday. I tried to actually, which I'm not good at doing watching the game live, just isolate on Tegra a few plays because there's been so much, and when I rewatch the games, it's much easier to do that. And he's not had a good year at all. There's a reason he gets rotated out of the game every game, and the other 4 guys don't. I mean, I see better than I hear, as Marvin Lewis used to say. But maybe the right guard, but offensive line overall. Now Michigan they are a semifinalist for the Joe Moore Award. I don't know. Is Ohio State as well? Regardless, man, I'm taking like Austin Saraveld over any of their guys. I'm taking Luke Montgomery over any of their guys. Carson Hinsman. Michigan's got a solid offensive line. They can run the ball. I tell you what, they've got one really good receiver too. Michigan does. He's a true freshman. Marsh. Have you watched them much this year? He's really good. He catches everything. He's a really good. Now, they also have the kid that transferred in from Indiana, McCauley, who looked good yesterday, but hasn't been that good this year. He's our number 2 receiver. But I tell you what, I've been really impressed with that true freshman, Jordan Marsh. He's really good.
And we say this going through position group by position group. That doesn't mean you're winning the football game, right? We just think that talent-wise, we would take the Ohio State position group over just about every one of Michigan's position groups. All right, here's the betting line officially out. Ohio State, 12.5-point favorite. They are minus 535 on the money line. Michigan plus 12.5, 4-1 on the money line, and the over-under on the game is 44.5. Now, the implied win percentage. So when you take the Ohio State money line at minus 535, the implied win percentage from those betting odds are that Ohio State has a 83.5% chance of winning the football game, which to me sounds about right. I did want to ask you your initial feelings on the 12.5.
Yeah, I mean, it seems a bit high. It just feels like one of those games where Ohio State's going to catch fire, and then they're going to play not tight at all. And I'm going to get to that in a minute, because they're going to get an early lead and just go, play loose. And it could be a pseudo blowout. I don't think it would be like a major blowout, especially at the Big House, but they could win like significantly, or I expect a very close game that's going to go down to the wire. So I kind of understand, because I'll be surprised if it's like a 13-point game or a 10-point game. I think it's going to be like one of the, somewhat extremes. A little high. But here's the thing I do want to say about that, and I do want to get your thoughts on the line, what you think as well. Ohio State, to your point about they're better at every position, and I agree with that. I don't know how. Maybe we'll hear from some Michigan fans no, our offensive line is better. Maybe people would have disagreements. I agree with you. I think Ohio State's better at every position group. So they cannot go up there and play not to lose. Go up there like you are the best team, because you are. Go up there like you are the better, you have the better unit at every position group, because you do. Go up there like you are a better coach team. I think it's clear Ryan Day's a better coach than Sharon Moore, right? Would you take Matt Patricia or Wink Martindale?
Patricia, of course.
We can even go on the coaching staff if we want to. I don't know who Michigan's linebackers coach is, but I bet he's not better than James Laurinaitis. Okay, so we can do that too. Go up there and do not play not to lose. Play to win. Does that mean throw the ball deep on every, no, don't be reckless. There is a middle ground between reckless and puckering.
Yeah.
Last year was Pucker City, and they never adjusted.
Pucker City.
Get that early lead. Take it to them. Let them know early that they're in for trouble. Because last year you let them know early, Ohio State's kind of playing like not to lose here, and that gave Michigan confidence. And yet other things happened that were weird, like Fielding missed 2 chip shot field goals, but that was the worst offensive game plan I've ever seen in football. Let's run right at their 2 beastie tackles. We're going to show them. Okay, maybe understandable coming into the game. But then when that's not working, you have to adjust. They never did. But I tell you what, Scotty, it's going to happen in 6 days. The Buckeyes are going to restore order to the universe.
Yeah, I feel the confidence too. I really do. And I've watched a decent amount of Michigan. Watched that game against Northwestern where they struggled. Look, they had 5 turnovers and found a way to win that game. They are a good Michigan team, not a great Michigan team. That's kind of how I feel. They had a ridiculously good running back, Ed Haynes, and he's been hurt and out. They're still a good running football team. I just think I don't see Michigan being able to throw the ball down the field. And here's the deal. I think if Ohio State can get out to a lead and Michigan has to throw the football, it's going to be an absolute disaster for Michigan. That's the whole thing. If Ohio State can get out to that fast start, get up 14-3, get up, something like that, and you feel the confidence with the Ohio State defense, I don't see Michigan getting to more than 14 points. I really don't.
You. I mean, this might be the best Ohio State defense I've ever seen. My time just growing up as a fan in this state, my many years on the beat. This might be the best Ohio State defense I've ever seen. And I know that's a bold statement, but yeah, you get a 2-score lead in this game against Ohio State's defense. I mean, Ohio State's defense is going to win that game at that point. So if you get a 2-score lead, if you're the Buckeyes, lock it down. All right, up next, let's take a look at the updated national championship odds and the updated Heisman odds. That's coming up next on The Money.
Head to 971thefan.com to listen on demand and subscribe to all our podcasts. Wasting time has never been easier. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
At Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings are so good.
It's Black Friday all month long with low lease payments on every model starting at $99 a month for a 2026 Elantra. Plus get owner assurance and America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. At Great Lakes Hyundai, these savings are so good. Columbus or Dublin or glakeshyundai.com. With approved credit, $39.95 down plus access fees, first month payment, and K miles per year ends 12/1.
Hey Columbus, it's Lorenzo Styles Jr., Ohio State student athlete. Football runs deep in my family. My dad played here, and my brother and I are proud to carry on that tradition. At Monogram Homes, family matters too. They treat every homeowner like one of their own, building with care, precision, and pride. Monogram doesn't just build houses, they build homes, crafted just for you. So whether you're starting your first home or designing your dream space, Monogram Homes has got your back every step of the way. Visit monogramhomes.net to start building today. Monogram Homes, a builder you can trust.
They're trained. They're prepared.
Let's do it.
They're Ohio's undefeated plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling team. And they're here to tackle your problems. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Ride off, then write off when you take advantage of the year-end tax break offers at Bobcat Enterprises. Right now, Bobcat has 0% financing for 60 months on compact tractors. Use tax code deductions to maximize your reinvestment power and gain a competitive edge for 2026. Plus, you can lease, finance, or directly purchase equipment and still apply for the tax deduction. Stop by Bobcat Enterprises in Hilliard, Reynoldsburg, or Zanesville, or see our full line of products at bobcatent.com today. Offer expires 12/31/25.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, is it true?
What's that?
Tire Discounters is offering up to $200 off sets of Goodyear tires.
Absolutely.
Plus free alignment and a full synthetic oil change.
You got it.
I'm not one to exaggerate, but that may be the best deal in the history of the world.
But free would be better.
Mike, don't toy with me.
Through the holidays, every day we're open, someone will get their money back on 4 tires.
But I...
Just breathe, Phantom. Breathe.
No purchase necessary. Ends 12/31/25. Visit website for details.
My name is DeMar Hamlin. I play for the Buffalo Bills, and I play safety. CPR saved my life. I've teamed up with the American Heart Association as a national ambassador to help create a nation of lifesavers, turning bystanders into lifesavers. Through CPR education and access to AEDs, nearly 3 out of 4 cardiac arrests that don't happen in hospitals happen in homes. Join me to ensure everyone has the chance to live longer, healthier lives. Visit heart.org/nation.
Timmy Hall and AI Common Man again for Hollywood Casino Columbus.
We've got game day watch parties every Saturday, plus your chance to earn big bucks. Mikey Likey.
I like it. You can earn tier points by playing all throughout November, and on Black Friday, you can win up to $100,000.
And you good, clean boys and girls can drop off a non-perishable food item every Tuesday and win up to $5,000 in Penn slot play.
Become a new member of our rewards program on the Penn Play app and get a $20 dining credit. Doggies. Must be 21 and over. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Ugh, gross. Can I come over to your house one time and you not have your husband prancing around in its tidy whities?
Well, I can't do laundry because our septic line is clogged.
Call Dormar. They do same-day plumbing repair. Dormar,
you're kind of cute.
Mommy, can I sit in the front seat just this one time? Please, please, please.
No, not yet.
But why?
Because I love you, and you're just not ready yet. Now, get in the back so I can get you in your car seat, please.
Putting your kids in the right seat for their age and size is an act of love. Check that your kids are in the right seat at NHTSA.gov/the right seat. Love protects. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
We got a higher home appraisal after we put away our African art and family photos.
Has this happened to you because of race or national origin? Contact HUD at hud.gov/fair housing. A message from HUD and the National Fair Housing Alliance.
Forrest Gump says he and Jenny went together like peas and carrots.
I got it. Hey.
Well, the Buckeyes are the #1 team in the country, and the Fan is the #1 sports station in the country. Peas and carrots, baby. Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Mostly sunny skies are expected here for today, with temperatures warming up into the lower to middle 50s here for this afternoon. Winds fairly light at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. As we head into tomorrow, we are tracking more sunshine, but some more clouds rolling in ahead of our next weather system that will bring us some rain here by Monday night into Tuesday. And that's a look at your 10 weather impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Aaron White here on 97.1 The Fan.
Starting Monday, it's rivalry week. We call it that because the Buckeyes play a very annoying team from Michigan. Clever.
Sponsored by your Central Ohio Toyota dealers.
The Fan. Dave Biddle places over-unders on how many traffic lights he hits coming into the studio. This is On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
So at 10 o'clock this morning, we are going to have a Michigan fan in this studio.
What?
I know. We got a big bet to make. It is the one of the managers, Justin, at the Hollywood Casino Columbus Sportsbook. And he's going to come in and we're going to set a massive wager for the Ohio State-Michigan game. And then he'll probably be wearing his Michigan shirt and all that crap.
His Woodson jersey. He's got like 100 of them, I think.
And then he's going to leave the studio, and we're going to need it deep cleaned, and we're going to need some Febreze going in here and Lysol, and we're going to have to completely clean out this studio from his Wolverine stank.
So what are the stakes?
Well, let's figure that out at 10 o'clock.
At 10 o'clock, we'll figure it out? Okay.
Yes.
I'm glad that you've shamed him into it, because I think initially he was not going to be a part of it.
Oh, he wanted nothing to do with it. And I shamed him over weeks and
shamed him into doing it. I like that. That's good work out of you. And
Yes.
to be clear, Justin, he reminds me of a couple of my really good friends that I grew up with in the Dayton area. He's a really good guy.
Yep.
Except for one thing.
Yep. One big thing.
And yes, I'm not. I have two really good friends who are Michigan fans, but hey, what are you going to do? Other than that, they're good guys. And Justin, same deal. We joke with Justin, but they do a great job over there at the On the Money Sportsbook. I'm kidding. We tried to get Noah to name it the On the Money Sportsbook, because they're going to be rebranding from ESPN Bet to the Score Bet.
Yep.
Right, but nothing changes because Penn Entertainment has been the operator the entire time. This is just who brands it.
Really, the only thing that changes is some signage.
Some signage, right.
So
Exactly.
We can't wait. We will be out there for a OSU Michigan watch party this Saturday. You will be out there for the tailgate show starting at 8:30. I'll be there as well, but we will have a lot of fun out there on Saturday. And then we're actually going to be throwing another party out at the casino, because why not? We love to party, and we love. Where do you want to throw a party? You want to throw it at Hollywood Casino.
That's right.
So December 7th for when we find out the playoff bracket, we are going to be throwing a little party out there as well. So Hollywood Casino, can't wait to do that. He'll be in at 10 o'clock. We'll set the wager. We'll figure out what exactly he's going to have to do when Ohio State beats Michigan. But let's update your national championship odds. Ohio State still the favorite, of course, at plus 175. Indiana plus 450. Texas A&M 8-1. Then you got Georgia plus 850. Notre Dame sitting there at 9-1. Oregon, after that big win over USC, pretty much solidifies that Oregon's going to be a playoff team. They're 12-1. Texas Tech 13-1. Alabama 16-1. Those are your national championship odds. You teased the Heisman Trophy, as there was significant movement yesterday in the odds for the Heisman Trophy. Fernando Mendoza, Indiana quarterback, still the favorite, minus 130. Julian Sayin, if you like Sayin, you're getting a little bit more value now than what you were in the last couple weeks. He's plus 425. The big mover was Jeremiah Love. He is now up to 5-1. And then Diego Pavia from Vanderbilt, their quarterback, somehow has moved all the way up to 6-1. Let's start out, Dave, with the national championship odds. What stands out to you?
Yeah, first of all, that you called Notre Dame weeks ago, and everybody left them for dead. You didn't necessarily call it when they were 0-2, but you called it before anybody else that I remember. You were like, listen, like, of these teams that are like, on the bubble or maybe will barely get in, as of now, you were like Notre Dame. I can't remember exactly how you were. You actually were just like, Notre Dame's really, really good. Yeah, they lost those first two games, but they're really, really good, and they've been playing like it. And listen, not that Syracuse is a good team, but like, they were up 21-0 before you could blink. They win that game 70-7. It's like the most points they've scored in many, many, many years, Notre Dame. They do, man. They play defense, and it looked early in the year like their defense was going to be their Achilles heel, that Chris Ash, they were ready. If you get on their message boards after that second game, they were ready to run him out of town, our old friend Chris Ash. And then now the defense is playing well, which I'm sure Marcus Freeman has his hands all involved in that. Their offense, I mean, they can run the ball. They can throw it. C.J. Carr, he's not quite Julian Sayin, but who is as a redshirt freshman, but he's really good as a redshirt freshman. He's definitely better than what I thought he'd be at this stage. So, yeah, Notre Dame being up there. Texas Tech still at 13-1. I think I don't think Texas Tech's going to win the national championship. I think Ohio State will. But 13-1, there might be a little bit of value there. I still think if I was like doing my own personal like odds, like who I think is Ohio State's biggest threat to winning the national championship, it might be Notre Dame. It might be Georgia. That might be the other one. And listen, and I'm somebody who thinks Indiana is absolutely legit. I'm not. There's no And I think Texas A&M's legit too, but like they've kind of, the last couple weeks they've fallen off. You look at the Heisman odds, Marcel Reed, it looked like a 3-horse race with him being like at 5-1 last week. He drops all the way to 14-1 in the Heisman odds. So nothing too crazy, but man, those Ohio State odds continue to get lower and lower. Plus 175.
Plus 175. Yeah, and I've said this for about 3 weeks. To me, Notre Dame's the biggest threat. And look, I think Jeremiah Love is one of the few guys in the country that is as talented as the top guys at Ohio State. You and I have talked about this where we feel like Jeremiah Smith and Tate and Caleb Downs and Arvell Reese and Julian Sayin, the talent is
Caden McDonald
unbelievable.
Is the best. I think he's the best one tech in the country, but Jeremiah Love is the best running back in the country.
And Jeremiah Love is in that conversation as far as elite of the elite players. He is that good. I think Notre Dame, and it depends on how the bracket kind of shakes out, right? Because if Notre Dame's sitting there in the 8 seed, 9 seed, that's a little terrifying for me as a Buckeye
not have
fan.
That happen. Well,
if Ohio State ends up as the 1,
I guess would you take that? Okay, let's say I said right now Ohio State's going to beat Michigan. They're going to win the Big Ten championship over Indiana. They're going to be the 1 seed, but they're going to have to play Notre Dame in the quarterfinals.
Of course.
I would take it. Yeah, okay.
Of course,
good,
I would.
Good.
Now, I do have a line. There are hypothetical lines on first-round matchups. And if Oklahoma and Notre Dame played, because that would be the current 8-9 matchup, Notre Dame would be a 7.5-point favorite over Oklahoma. And then let's say Ohio State is the 1 seed and plays Notre Dame. That betting line right now would be Ohio State minus 9.5 against Notre Dame. So that is the hypothetical line. If Ohio State and Notre Dame played as the 1-8 matchup, Ohio State would be a 9.5-point favorite as of today. That's just as of today.
I know. I don't, maybe we can look this up. I wonder where, if Georgia and Notre Dame played on a neutral field, who would be favored? Now, I don't mean neutral field like Peach Bowl in Atlanta. That really isn't neutral. We're playing Georgia in Georgia. It's like when Ohio State played there in 2022 in the semifinals of the CFP, the Georgia fans were like, well, it's not like it's in Athens. It's much different. I'm like, okay, how about we play it in Cincinnati at the Bengal Stadium or in Cleveland at the Brown Stadium? You think that'd be a neutral site, playing Ohio State in Cleveland? Anyway.
So the hypothetical line that I have is Georgia minus 6.5 against Texas Tech. And I feel like Texas Tech and Notre Dame would be relatively close as far as power rankings wise. So I would bet Georgia's, maybe a 4, 5, 6 point favorite over Notre Dame on a neutral.
Yeah, and you would take Notre Dame.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I've said this so many times, but I do think that they are the most dangerous team in the playoff going forward because of that running game and that defense. Like, I just feel like that, and the way they're playing, they're trending the right way. And I know they're playing a cakey schedule, right? Syracuse sucks. But 70 points, I just feel like that they are getting better. It almost reminds me a little bit of Ohio State last year, where you get into that playoff as the 8 seed. The talent. They're such a dangerous team.
And every game has been a playoff game for them after that second game.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like
win.
There was even debate at the time, like, okay, even if they do go 10-2, would they even make it then? And I think most people said, yeah, they'll probably sneak in, but they've been blowing people out, so they're not just going to make it. I think they'll probably be the 7th seed or maybe the 6th seed. I'll be surprised if they're 8-9.
And real quick on the Heisman Trophy. So Julian Sayin again, plus 425. And you and I have talked about this for a while, that we believe that the Heisman Trophy will really come down to Indianapolis. Assuming Ohio State beats Michigan and the matchup is Ohio State and Indiana, and it's the two Heisman favorites, Fernando Mendoza versus Julian Sayin. If Julian Sayin outplays Mendoza and Ohio State wins that game big, I don't see how you give it to Mendoza over Sayin.
There's one problem. Most Heisman voters are saying they're going to wait till after that game. Why are they not mandated to wait till after that game? They're allowed to send it in early. And Tim May was talking about, this goes back to when we used to have to send it in via mail. He's like, now you can just get online and do it in like 30 seconds. There's no reason that the Heisman Committee should allow voters to vote before that game. Don't you find that ridiculous?
It's stupid. It's
they should
absolutely
say,
ridiculous.
We're not accepting your vote until after the championship games.
Yeah. Well, the other complaint I had is they were talking yesterday. I was watching a little bit of the Notre Dame game, and they were talking about how they limit the number of choices that you have as far as picking like running back of the year or the Biletnikoff or like those award groups. And it's like, why not wait until the final game is over and then all the voting happens? It's ridiculous to even like limit players because how they perform in championship weekend should go a long way in determining who wins these specific awards. All right, when we come back, we're going to talk Shedeur Sanders. There are special prop bets out there for Shedeur in his first start. And how about Myles Garrett in the NFL sack record? We have some odds on that happening. That is next in 2 minutes on The Money.
Delaware County Veterans Services, here for those who served. Located on the ground floor of the historic courthouse in downtown Delaware, our team of veteran county veterans service officers is ready to help you access VA benefits, emergency financial assistance, dental and medical grants, transportation, and more. Need a ride to a VA appointment? Facing a financial emergency? Are you or your spouse simply looking for answers? Then give Delaware County Veterans Services a call. 740-833-2010 to schedule an appointment. Delaware County Veterans Services.
It's the biggest savings event of the year. Menards, 11% rebate ends Thanksgiving Day. Save big money on everything you need for any project. We've got something for everyone. Homeowners, contractors, DIYers, the kids, and even grandma. Hurry, Menards 11% rebate ends Thanksgiving Day.
Save big money at Menards.
11% mail-in rebate is a merchandise credit check. Good on future in-store purchases. See menards.com for details.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
As a teacher or coach, do you ever feel overwhelmed supporting kids' mental health?
Teachers need tons of help.
I had never experienced players being so down that they can't even participate.
It's so important that we are constantly educating ourselves.
It's the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
The Kids Mental Health Foundation has free tools and information developed by experts. Scan the QR code or check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started.
Hold on to your butts. Rivalry Week is coming.
Sponsored by your Central Ohio Toyota dealers.
Starting on Monday, we get you ready for, the Fan. Scotty Vegas places so many bets, he can't even remember which teams he's rooting for. You're listening to On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
All right, Shedeur Sanders getting the start for the Browns today. Dylan Gabriel had the concussion last week. He's going to miss today's game. And Scotty's got some interesting prop bets regarding Shedeur Sanders. By the way, I think it's good for the Browns that they've barely seen Shedeur, but they're going to see a lot of him today. They've seen a lot of, relatively speaking, a lot of Gabriel. We've said earlier, this season, they need to find out what they have in these two guys. Yeah, it was a 3rd round and a 5th round pick, but you need to find out what you have because you have 2 first-round picks, and you can use other draft capital. And maybe they'll just end up with the number 1 pick anyway. But if you don't, you need to have that draft capital to move up and take maybe a Mendoza, number 1 overall. But you need to know what you have in those two guys. And I think they're going to know for sure what they have in those two guys by the end of the season if they don't already. But I want to hear some of these Shedeur props that you have ready.
Yeah, these are funny because, when he went in last week, it's funny because generally Browns games, you're like, how much, as far as neutral fans, if you're not a huge Browns fan, you're like, how much attention are you paying to Browns football at this point? But when Shedeur went in, it was like, I got to find that game. Like,
no doubt.
Like I was on Red Zone and, Shedeur is going to be in. Okay, I'm going to watch. I want to watch it. Kind of little must-see TV when he was in there, and it was kind of fun to watch and entertaining. And I'm with you as far as Browns. They need to find out what they have. I think they now know that Dylan Gabriel is not going to be the guy for very long.
And every Ohio State fan who is a Browns fan is like, I told you. It's like me with Shamar Stewart, who I call She-Raw Stewart for the Bengals. Right away, every Bengals fan I know was like, that's a terrible pick. Of course, the Bengals thought they were the smartest people in the room. Yeah, that was a shame.
You called that one at the casino when it happened.
I was mad. I was just like, you didn't have enough Miles Murphys. You wanted 2 Miles Murphys. Well, now you got them. The No one throws away draft picks quite like the Bengals, but go ahead.
Now, for a first start, though, for Shedeur, you're going up against a really, really bad Raiders team. So Raiders also 2-8 on the season. So it's not like Cleveland is a huge underdog today. They're a 3.5-point dog. But here are your Shedeur Sanders prop bets that are out there. Will Shedeur... Actually, this one is, will Cleveland have an offensive touchdown at all in the game? Yes, -600. No, +350.
Yes.
I think so, too.
Quinshon Judkins is going to get one.
Ooh, what does Shedeur Sanders throw what does he throw first? Does he throw a touchdown +110 or an interception -140? That's
I'd probably go, if it was even money, I would go interception.
If you guys, by the way, it's +110 touchdown, -140 interception. If you guys had to go and guess what his over-under passing yards are for this week, what do you think that is?
160.
Oh, I was going to go 165.5. So we're really close.
You guys are good. It's actually 155.5.
Isaiah's good.
All right.
Isaiah's great. I'm okay. That was really good, Isaiah.
Thank you.
And then some of the other prop bets that are out there that are fun. How many sacks will he take today? Over under is 3.5.
Over.
That feels like an easy over, doesn't it? 3.5.
Yeah.
Yep. He holds onto that ball on time.
And he's not they teach you to step up in the pocket, right? When then rush comes, Shedeur likes to go backwards. Yes. That's like how I play Madden. If my quarterback's getting, I just go, I'll drop all the way back to the end zone and just fire it. You really shouldn't do that in real football.
No. I teased this last segment too, moving on from Shedeur to his teammate Myles Garrett. So the record for sacks in an NFL season, Michael Strahan in 2001 was 22.5.
With an asterisk.
He did kind of get a
Brett Favre,
a nice little assist from Brett Favre there by just kind of falling down.
And Mark Gastineau almost then killed Brett Favre at a sports show. Did you see that? He confronted him.
Yeah. So Myles Garrett right now is on pace for 25.5 sacks on the season. Again, the record is 22.5 by Strahan. And the prop bet out there, will Myles Garrett break the NFL season record for sacks? Yes, -150. No, +110. I got a feeling there's not a lot for the Browns to be playing for. This is one that they really want to get. So
That'd be pretty cool.
I think Myles Garrett will get the sack record.
It's one of those stats in football that we all love.
Yes.
Sacks. Caden Curry got 2 sacks yesterday. He's got 9. Every Buckeye fan knew that right away. I bet if you're a Buckeye fan, you knew right away. Oh, you got his 8th sack right there on senior day. That was cool. Ooh, 9th sack. By the way, 9th sack, I thought that was a touchdown. It should have at least been reviewed.
Yes. I thought that was too.
It was a touchdown.
Thank you.
Yes.
I was going crazy.
That sucked.
Man. Yeah, I mean, now maybe it'll be like a Jack Sawyer situation where, remember, it looked like last year Jack Sawyer's going to have his big moment as a Buckeye against Michigan, had that interception deep in Michigan territory. And, of course, Ohio State's offense screwed it up and thinking, geez, there goes Jack Sawyer's chance of having a big moment as a Buckeye. He's like, give me about 5 or 6 weeks. I'll have another chance at doing that. So maybe something will happen for Caden Curry, in the postseason or even next week, this week at Michigan. But that was a touchdown. Anyway,
I had to double check because I thought I had my Scoop and Sawyer shirt on underneath my Ohio State jacket. I was going to show you the play.
Caden Curry having the whole defensive line. I said Caden McDonald, I think, is the best one tech. I think Kenyatta Jackson's been playing well, and Caden Curry's playing at All-American level. But yeah, back to what you said, that would be great for the Browns to have that, because that's one of those marquee stats that we all love as football fans, is sacks.
Yeah. Let's talk about your favorite team for a couple seconds here.
Oh, God. The Raiders?
Cincinnati, the Cincinnati Bengals, of course, without Jamar Chase because of the little spitting incident.
He didn't really spit. We have 50 different cameras that said you did. I didn't do it.
Yeah. There's actually a prop bet out there, guys. And the spitting, the fact that has become such a thing is
you see the Colorado
disgusting.
player last night who did it, Colorado State.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. It's become such a thing that we're seeing a lot
The
now.
Oregon kid did it to Igbenogson last year.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he got caught and thrown out of the game.
The Hawk Tua guy.
So there is actually a prop bet out there. Will another NFL player be suspended this season for spitting? Yes, 7-1. I think there might be a little bit of value in that.
Will it be Jamar Chase? Man, I kind of like the odds there.
7-1. Yeah.
All it takes is one.
We're seeing it a lot. Now, they have to be suspended, so you have to be caught and, all that stuff.
But, I mean, you don't have to be caught like when it happens.
True.
As Jamar could tell you and Jalen Ramsey could tell you. I tell you, the Steelers do a good job of that. They egg people on. Mike Tomlin, he's always done it and the Bengals always fall for it.
Yep, every time.
Always fall for it. And it goes back a long time. Like he would always try and get in. Even guys that are like really good guys. Like, why wouldn't you? This is football. You're not trying to be nice. AJ Green. They used to have people just get in AJ Green's like grill the entire game and tell him he's washed up and all this stuff. And it's like, geez, it works though. They play mind games and it works. This is what I'm saying. When Steeler fans were down on Tomlin, I'm like, now I'm joking here. I'm sure Steeler fans wouldn't want Zach Taylor. I'm like, you're down on Tomlin. Let's trade coaches then. We'll give you Zach Taylor straight up for Mike Tomlin. He might not be the best X's and O's coach, but the guy's a CEO and he plays mind games well. But anyway, back to the Browns. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool for them. And I do think Myles Garrett's going to get it. Is that your feeling that he is going to get it this year?
I feel like it. Yeah. I mean, he's fun to watch. Like, as bad of a team as the Browns are, they are entertaining in some senses. Like watching Shador today. I want to see Shador. Watching Myles Garrett is must-see TV.
Quinshon. They've got a bunch of Buckeyes on that team. Denzel Ward's one of the best corners in football. Ronnie Hickman, I'm like, what are you doing leaving early to be an undrafted free agent? He's like, how you like me now? I'm a starter in the NFL.
Your Bengals also stink, but they're also entertaining to watch because let's see how many yards and how many points that their defense is going to give up.
You say that way too gleefully. I don't even care at this point. I'm like, I want the best draft pick possible. I want Caleb Downs on that defense next year.
All right, let's finish up talking NFL. We got to get back down to business, talk more Ohio State football, talk more college football. We're going to do our categories next on The Money.
A lot has changed in 30 years, but we're still that old shoe that feels worn in and well loved. And well, we smell a little, but you've accepted that. The Fan.
Back for a limited time, the French dip from Firehouse Subs. Piled high with premium roast beef, caramelized onions, and melty provolone cheese on a freshly toasted garlic butter roll. Served with warm, savory au jus for dipping. This premium French dip is only at Firehouse Subs for a limited time. Head to your nearest Firehouse Subs or order ahead and skip the line. And remember, Firehouse Subs catering is perfect to feed the whole crew on game day. Limited time at participating Firehouse Subs restaurants while supplies last.
Taking out the trash. Hey, Columbus, this is Zach Bourne. And Jacoby Bourne. When it comes to waste service, you want a team that knows how to deliver under pressure, just like Saturdays in the fall.
At Bourne Brothers Waste Services, our team is built on toughness, teamwork, and consistent execution.
We're the most reliable and customer service-focused waste company in Central Ohio.
Whether it is recycling, trash, construction waste, roll-off containers, front loads, or compactors, we have it handled.
Call now or visit BourneBrothers.com and let us tackle your waste needs. Taking out the trash.
Hey, does this sound like you where every step or reach is a reminder that it hurts? The pain is there, a reminder of what you're not able to do, how far you've drifted from that life you used to have and love where you didn't have the pain. Listen, if this is you, if this is a family member, you need to talk to them about it. You need to do what I did and go to QC Kinetics. They've got the answers for you, the relief without the scalpel, without the surgery. At QC Kinetics, they tap into your body's own regenerative power. The damaged tissue, it can be healed by itself. It's not science fiction. It's your body's comeback story. The very cells in your body can help you get healed with no surgery, no pills, no long recovery, just remembering how to move and feel alive again so you can golf, hike, do all the stuff you love to do. So go check them out at qckinetics.com/Columbus or 380-208-4544. They have offices all over Columbus, so be sure to check them out at 380-208-4544.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Remember that rush you got as a kid ripping open your favorite pack of cards? Well, guess what? You can feel it again at Midwest Cards. Right next to Nationwide Arena, this place is a collector's dream with thousands of packs from all eras. Chase that Ken Griffey Jr. rookie, pull a rare Michael Jordan, or even hit your favorite Pokemon and relive that childhood thrill. Plus, you can shop their pack wall, kick back in their roomy sports lounge, or even bring in your old cards to sell or trade. Get to Midwest Cards today and tell them T-Bone sent you.
This is Ryan Krieger, and at Krieger Ford, we know life's busy. Let us handle your car care.
Enjoy our convenient pickup and delivery service, or have our technicians come to you with our mobile service van. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Schedule your appointment today only at KriegerFord.com.
Cancer screening can save your life. Begin cervical screening at age 25. At 45, colorectal and breast screening. At 50, discuss lung screening with a doctor. Find resources for free and low-cost screening at cancer.org/getscreened. This is a public service message from the American Cancer Society.
It's the biggest savings event of the year. Menards, 11% rebate ends Thanksgiving Day. Save big money on everything you need for any project. We've got something for everyone. Homeowners, contractors, DIYers, the kids, and even grandma. Hurry, Menards 11% rebate ends Thanksgiving Day.
Save big money at Menards.
11% mail-in rebate is a merchandise credit check. Good on future in-store purchases. See menards.com for details.
Ooh, winter's coming. And when the wind starts to blow, don't come inside to the cold. Open the door to peace of mind with your Waterworks and Header Precision Furnace Tune-Up and Energy Savings Plan. Your furnace is the heart of your home, and Waterworks and Header will have yours running at peak performance throughout the winter. Plus, you'll save on those energy bills too. Go to waterworks.com and schedule your furnace tune-up online. Waterworks and Header, heating, cooling, and plumbing. Together to serve you better.
Hey Sports Cards fans, I'm Jeff with my buddy Adam, and we run Huggy Kissy Bear breaks on the Whatnot app. What's a card break? Simple. We open boxes of cards live, you pick your team, and we send you all the hits. With over 2,300 5-star reviews, we're all about you. New to card breaks? No sweat. We've got you covered with a sweet welcome package from us. Download the Whatnot app and follow us on Instagram and TikTok to view all of our past Sugar Bear hits. Huggy Kissy Bear breaks, where collectors win big.
Wildlife around the globe needs help. And when you help protect them, you become a friend of the San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance.
Thank you for being a friend.
Travel down the road and back again.
Your heart is true, you're a pal and a confidant.
Thank you for helping protect wildlife around the globe. Without you, there's no them. Learn more at sdzwa.org/friend.
Ryan Day's Buckeyes head to Ann Arbor for a battle with the cheating-ass cheaters.
Live fan coverage starts Saturday morning at 6:30 with the Kick at Noon.
Proud to be your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan, Ohio sports destination. All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. And now back to a show featuring two dudes who have been kicked out of their homes by angry wives. This pretty much sums up every show we have here on The Fan. You're listening to On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
Just a reminder, in about 15 minutes, we are going to have a Michigan fan enter these studios, and we are going to place a enormous bet. He's our friend, Justin, over at Hollywood Casino Columbus in the Sportsbook. He is not our friend this week. We are going to place a huge wager on the game, as he is a big-time Michigan Wolverine fan. And if you're looking for a great place to come watch the game, watch it with us at Hollywood Casino. We're going to be doing major contests as far as trivia before the game. There's going to be the tailgate show with Dave and Tim May and Anthony Rothman. That'll be 8:30 to 10:30.
And you.
And I will make a little appearance. And Paul and Jim. Yeah, so it's a blast. Hollywood Casino next Saturday. And we will invite Justin in about 15 minutes and place our major wager for the game. But before that, we got to do our categories for college football from this week, which of course is who won the day, who lost the day, what was the coolest thing we saw. And let's start out with who won the day. I think as far as nominees go, guys, I think you got to throw in Oregon beating USC. Pretty much puts Oregon, because I think if they lost, that they were going to be out. And now they have one game left against Washington. Feel like they're going to take care of business there. But I feel like now we can feel pretty good about Oregon being in. I think that is a win the day nominee. A couple other ones. Notre Dame putting up 70. You got to admit, Notre Dame 70, and Jeremiah Love with the numbers that he has now jumping into the Heisman conversation. I think Notre Dame's a team that you could say helped win the day. BYU went to Cincinnati, and now it looks like we're going to get a Texas Tech BYU showdown in the Big 12 championship. Anyone else win the day yesterday for you guys?
Does it have to be a team?
No, it can be a player.
Caden Curry.
There you go.
And I'm not just saying that because that should have been a touchdown. We all agree on that. I don't know why you don't even, how did that not get reviewed? But still just having 2 sacks on senior day, including a strip sack that should have been a touchdown for Caden Curry. I'll nominate him. I'm not saying when he needs to win, but I'll nominate Caden Curry.
Yeah, I think BYU is the big one for me because they lock in that spot in the Big 12 championship game, and that kind of pushes Utah to the edge where, those two teams feel like they're trying to steal a last-second spot. Right now, I think they sat last week at 11-12, and so that kind of propelled BYU. On the road at Cincinnati, I thought UC was going to pull that one out.
I did too.
But BYU got a big win, so that was a good one for me.
It seems like every time, there's a big, people are building up UC football, they can't live up to it. Like Big Noon Kickoff was there yesterday,
yep.
Right? Even though people are like, well, Big Noon Kickoff was at Ohio State. No, that was the noon game. That was the Big Noon Kickoff game, but the actual pregame show was down outside Nippert Stadium at Cincinnati. Yeah, I mean, they had that game at Utah. It's that big game for them. They will go out there and got destroyed. They even lost to Nebraska, who's not a good team, obviously.
So are we going to do BYU as winning the day? Is that where we're going?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Not a huge day as far as major movement.
There was only 2 ranked games yesterday, ranked on ranked, which one of them was Oregon USC, obviously.
You could maybe argue Pitt, too.
Pitt had a good day yesterday, too.
Narduzzi wasn't joking around about, I don't care about the Notre... I'm kind of joking here. This isn't exactly what he said. We don't care at all about the Notre Dame game. We're just focused on the last 2 games, and Notre Dame, just came out there and destroyed them, and then Pitt looked good yesterday.
Yeah. All right, so let's go with BYU wins the day.
All right, who lost the day?
So I'm going to make an argument that Fox loses the day because I am so disappointed in the fact that we're watching these games on Fox, and I've noticed it multiple weeks now where you have big time plays that happen and they are so late to recognize flags that fall on the field. It's what in the world is going on? There will be a big play, a touchdown or a big play, and never mind, there was a flag. A lot of times they'll put up the little flag symbol right when the flag is shown, and then everybody knows, that's coming back for holding. But Fox, they wait forever for it to happen, and it's annoying for me.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Because I watch all the games on TV because I do the pregame show, the fan tailgate show here for the Fan, and then I do a postgame show for Bucknuts. So I just go home and watch the game on TV. So yeah. It's just not a good production. Definitely the production is better on CBS and NBC.
It is.
For sure. And I'm not a big Noah Eagle fan on NBC. He's okay, but I really like Blackledge. But I like that their production team is next level. So is CBS's.
I just don't get why it takes so long to recognize that there's a flag on the field.
And it's funny you said that because yesterday, too, while I was watching OSU Rutgers, I kind of was disappointed. I'm not disappointed, but I like Gus Johnson, but I feel like in games where it's a blowout, I feel like he has trouble sometimes with being able to not manage his emotion, but really punch some of the big plays early in the game when it matters. The Max Clare 60-yard catch he had, it was just nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm it feels like there should be a little bit more juice here. And then other times he's punching when I feel like he shouldn't be. And so I feel like in games when it's a blowout, he kind of struggles to manage where he is more monotone versus excited. And yesterday it just felt like it never hit for me.
I'm with you. And I noticed this as far as the flags go multiple weeks. It wasn't just yesterday. I noticed it during the Northwestern Michigan game where they're calling a touchdown, and then you had to wait, and then they didn't acknowledge that there was a flag on the field until the ref is ready to talk. It's no, don't you see? Oh, flag came out. Acknowledge the flag. All right. So anyway, Fox, I think a loser, but also how about Illinois?
Yes.
Losing to Wisconsin.
Yes.
That's a big loss for them. It looks like they were going to have a little momentum, a good season, and they've kind of fallen apart the last few weeks. They're a loser. And then Georgia Tech. I think Georgia Tech, again, opportunity to get to the ACC championship game, maybe be a playoff team, and they laid an egg, gave up 42 to Pitt.
I say Illinois because if they win that game, first of all, I did not expect them to be ranked 21st by the committee. I was questioning if they're even going to be in the top 25. So I was like, wow, that's given a a nice little favor to Illinois that ranked them 21st. And then they go out there and they lay an egg against a bad Wisconsin team. You know, it's got really hurt for Bielema. We know where his first coaching job was. And last time he went in there, he crushed the Badgers. That's a bad loss right there. They had a chance if they would have beat Northwestern at home next week. They would have been favored. They still are. They'd be 9-3. That'd be a really good season for Illinois.
And they finished the season ranked too. Where now they're not going to finish the season ranked.
Exactly, Isaiah. Yeah, great point. My vote would be Illinois. Cincinnati would be another one, right? We're going to give it to BYU. Was Cincinnati favored?
I believe BYU
was
plus
2.5.
Yeah, BYU is a slight favorite in that game.
But yeah, with it being at Nippert and with the pregame show being their big noon kickoff, yeah, I'd throw Cincinnati in there as well. It just seems like I was saying, every time that they have like a big game, it seems like they come up short.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go loser of the day, kind of in between Cincinnati there and Illinois. Yeah,
I vote Illinois. What do you guys think?
I like Illinois, too. I think finishing the season ranked, especially for recruiting, is always good. And so feeling like they've really fallen off this season has been kind of crazy.
Illinois, you're a loser from yesterday. And coolest thing we saw, boy, this one, there's a couple things in the Ohio State game. Obviously, the what we think was a defensive touchdown, right? That was one. But
yeah, that was the dumbest thing we saw that it wasn't reviewed.
You want to see one of the funniest things that I saw this weekend was the punt in the Friday night Florida State game where, there was a punt that went off the helmet and the punter ends up recovering it. And it ends up being a recovery on basically a muffed punt because of it hit the helmet of a player. That was one of the funniest things that I saw.
One of the coolest things that I saw, and I will always love this man, what he did for the program. Jim Tressel ringing the victory bell yesterday.
Yeah, that was cool too.
At first I was like, what? He should have done it earlier, but I'm like, oh, okay, saving it for senior day, saving it for the last home game, I'm good with that. He should have been like one of the first guys on the list, in my opinion. What he did just coming in, that 310-day speech, I'm sure Michigan people were just laughing. Like, who's this Jim Tressel guy coming up here basically guaranteeing a victory? Pulls it off, and then next year wins the national championship. So that was a cool thing, seeing Jim Tressel be the victory bell ringer.
Yeah, and that punt play, by the way, was in the Friday night Florida State-NC State game. It was a punt that, it was hilarious. I've never seen a punter recover a punt that was fumbled. So that was one of the coolest things I saw.
That's very unique. I didn't see that live.
Anything else that you guys would nominate for coolest thing that you saw yesterday?
The only other one would be the Caden Curry play. I thought that was a touchdown, and when he flipped over, and in my mind, the way he was able to keep himself up and extend the ball as a defensive end, I thought that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, I mean, what was there? Did they think that his elbow hit? Because his knee never hit. His legs, he kept his legs up. It looked like live, like maybe not. Then you watch the replay. Even live, I thought it was a touchdown. I was like, ooh, that could be a touchdown. Then they showed the replay. I'm like, touchdown. It'll get reviewed, and then they're like, they're not going to review that.
And aren't you looking at every turnover? Right? Like the replays have to be looking at that already.
Yeah, I think so. All right, guys. The first hour of the show is in the books. Stick around for the second hour. What's Scotty's bet with Justin from Hollywood Casino? This is On the Money.
Monday starts up a pretty big week. Gobble, gobble, and all that crap. Let's focus on what really matters. Rivalry Week.
Sponsored by your Central Ohio Toyota dealers.
The Fan.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, is it true?
What's that?
Tire Discounters is offering up to $200 off sets of Goodyear tires?
Absolutely.
Plus free alignment and a full synthetic oil change?
You got it.
I'm not one to exaggerate, but that may be the best deal in the history of the world.
But free would be better.
Mike, don't toy with me.
Through the holidays, every day we're open, someone will get their money back on 4 tires.
But I...
Just breathe, Phantom. Breathe.
No purchase necessary. Ends 12/31/25. Visit website for details.
Shopping this time of year can be stressful, but when you've got a guy, everything gets a little easier. Meet my guy, Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers.
Hey, common man.
Hitting anyone's car today, Bob?
Not yet.
If you're popping the question this holiday season, you'd be an absolute fool not to see Bob at Worthington Jewelers. The store is crowded all the time. Why? Because they give you the best price and service possible, and then people keep coming back.
I'm your guy.
Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington. WorthingtonJewelers.com, where Columbus gets engaged.
Here, care is where you need it. With over 350 primary care providers in Central Ohio, expert care is minutes away. See how we care for all of you at mountcarmelforyou.com. Here, heart care helps you heal faster. Advanced, minimally invasive procedures mean less time recovering. and more living life. See how we care for all of you at MountCarmelForYou.com.
Timmy Hall and AI Common Man again for Hollywood Casino Columbus.
We've got game day watch parties every Saturday, plus your chance to earn big bucks. Mikey Likey.
I like it. You can earn tier points by playing all throughout November, and on Black Friday, you can win up to $100,000.
And you good, clean boys and girls can drop off a non-perishable food item every Tuesday and win up to $5,000 in Penn slot play.
Become a new member of our rewards program on the Penn Play app and get a $20 dining credit. Doggies. Must be 21 and over. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good.
It's Black Friday all month long with low lease payments on every model, starting at $99 a month for a 2026 Elantra. Plus, get owner assurance and America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. At Great Lakes Hyundai, these savings are so good. Columbus or Dublin or GLakesHyundai.com. With approved credit, $39.95 down plus access fees, first month payment, and K miles per year ends 12/1.
When it's 6 a.m. and you need a skid steer and you want to talk to an actual person about skid steers, lean on green. Sunbelt Rentals. With the largest rental fleet and hardest working equipment experts in Columbus, we can help steer you to the right skid steer at the right price right now. Tracks or wheels, diesel or gas, light, medium, or heavy duty. Plus attachments for loading, grading, digging, drilling, tilling, and trenching. No wonder the Columbus builders building Columbus lean on green. Sunbelt Rentals. Learn more at sunbeltrentals.com.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars, Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Isaiah Jacob with your sports update. The Buckeyes rolled to another victory yesterday over Rutgers as Julian Sayin threw for 157 yards and 2 touchdowns without his top 2 targets, Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate. Elsewhere in college football, and what was one of only 2 matchups between ranked teams this week, number 7 Oregon beat 15th ranked USC 42-27. Dan Lanning, head coach of the Ducks, had some choice words directed towards the SEC in the postgame.
This conference is a really good conference. It's competitive, right? We didn't play Chattanooga State today, right? Like some other places. That being said, it's tough playing 9 conference games. It's tough playing in this league.
Oregon currently sits at 7th on the college football playoff rankings with a record of 10-1. In NFL news, Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow has been ruled out for today's game against the Patriots. Joe Flacco will get the start at 1 p.m. And then for Cleveland, they travel to Las Vegas at 4:05. Today marks the first start for rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders. Breaking sports news when it happens on the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Sports gambling, fantasy football, and tailgating before a massive day of pigskin. You're listening to On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
Welcome back to On the Money, 97.1 The Fan. I am Dave Biddle. I'm joined by my friend Scott Prokop. We, of course, like to call him Scotty Vegas. We have producer Isaiah Jacob at the controls, and we have a very special guest. A guy that we really, really, really like. He has one fault, but that's all right. I have friends that are Michigan fans, too. He is Justin Schmoose from the awesome sports book at Hollywood Casino. Justin, welcome in.
What's happening, guys? Great to be here.
So here's the deal. Let's fill everyone in. About 6 weeks ago, you and I came to each other because, again, Justin wears his Michigan outfits at the casino every single day.
Usually a Woodson jersey.
Yeah.
Typically.
Yeah. Woodson jersey, all kinds of ugly yellow and blue stuff. And he walks around the casino. And so what we decided was we need to place a huge wager on the Ohio State-Michigan game. And so about 6 weeks ago, my people talked to your people about trying to make this big bet happen.
I like how there was like middlemen involved, and negotiators.
There was a lot of negotiations, and it started out as, okay, if Ohio State wins, then Justin's got to get a pie to the face. And if Michigan wins, then a pie goes into my face. And you turned down those terms, and you said, nope, not doing it. Was it because you were afraid?
The pie in the face just, it wasn't my thing, but I think we're going to go with it anyways. Why not?
Okay, so let's set the terms. If Michigan loses, when Michigan loses on Saturday, immediately after the game at the sportsbook at Hollywood Casino, I am going to be able to pie you in the face, and then you are going to sing both Hang On Sloopy and Across the Field.
All right, but first, does anybody really know the words to Hang On Sloopy?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So
Oh, yeah.
So you're gonna be singing along with me.
Yes.
All right. Perfect.
Yeah, I'll sing along.
I wish I was going to be there for this. Goodness, I have to do a post-game podcast for the day job, and or I would just drive over to the casino and just watch this. Yeah, this is going to be good. So pie in the face.
Pie in the face.
And then hang on Sloopy and across the field.
Yep.
Across the field's not going to be such a big problem for me. So,
you sang that at an Ohio State football camp one year.
Right. My senior year of high school football, I went to high state football camp, and every positional group, they made us learn across the field. And I got to sing it at the top of my lungs a few times then, so I guess I can now.
And if God forbid, Ohio State somehow loses this game as a 12.5-point favorite, if they lose outright, then I will get a pie in my face, and I will have to sing, what are your stupid songs
Mr.
called?
Brightside
Mr.
and
Brightside.
Hail to the Victors.
And Hail to the Victors. Your stupid songs.
And I always liked Mr. Brightside, and they commandeered that at some point. They even didn't the Ohio State students used to sing that too? And then Michigan's like, nope, that's ours.
Well, I mean, we gave you the script, Ohio. I guess we'll take Mr. Brightside from you.
There's even I would say that's BS. There's photographic evidence that the Michigan did the script Ohio first.
So I'll be honest with you with this bet. First off, I'm not worried. I think Ohio State wins. But my main concern, I don't care about the pie in the face. Obviously, I like pie. I don't mind pie, but I do not like singing in front of people. In fact, I am a terrible singer.
Well, the thing about like fight songs is like football player, you can almost just like chant it out. Now, Mr. Brightside's going to be a problem for you.
Big problem.
That's a hard song to sing for like good singers.
Yes.
Like Evan, well, no, I almost said Evan Blankenship might. No, he wouldn't. He can sing anything.
He can sing that.
He can sing anything.
Just get the chorus going.
That will be interesting though.
So we will do, here's the bet. And if you want to see it live, you can come to our watch party. It is at Hollywood Casino next Saturday. Get there early. Tailgate show 8:30 to 10:30. Then we're going to be doing a little trivia contest where we're going to give away Ohio State basketball club seats. We've got OSU mini helmets. We got dining credits to the great Hollywood Casino. Great food over there.
Steak and eggs, baby.
Steak and eggs. So we're going to do all that before the game. Then we're going to watch the game. And then after the game, we are going to do this bet where one of us is getting the pie in the face and one of us is going to have to sing. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Hollywood Casino Saturday.
Are we going to live stream it on 97.1 The Fan?
It'll be all over the place.
Yeah, on Twitter.
It'll be all over.
X, YouTube.
Yep.
Great. And I know Hollywood Casino will make a promotional video out of it.
Yep.
Like they did with the crab legs. Me eating half the crab legs in the Atlantic Ocean one night.
So that's the bet. I know you didn't want to do it. I understand. You're a 12.5-point underdog. You're nervous. What do you think?
You know, I mean, we were 20.5-point underdogs last year.
In Columbus. I know. I'm the one that's nervous. So I'm like, you guys are both seem calm. I'm like sitting here like, geez, we're 6 days away. I do think Ohio State's going to win, but man, like Justin's saying, Ohio State. Sounds like is that Julian's brother?
Oh my God.
Is that Julian's brother? No, he's not. He's not Julian's brother. Yeah, but last year the game was in Columbus. Buckeyes are favored by 3 touchdowns. I don't know, man. We'll see.
Okay, so I made this comment last hour where I thought Ohio State has the advantage at every single position group.
I heard that.
Across the board. And I feel really strong about it. I was called out as a homer a little bit, and Dave agreed with me that he thinks that...
We are homers. I agree. No,
he thinks that I'm a homer, which is true,
Yeah.
but he also thinks that Ohio State is better at every position group. Now, you as a Michigan fan, and you are an informed Michigan fan. You're not one of those idiot Michigan fans that knows nothing about the game or team and all that stuff. But
you know a few of those, do you?
Yeah, I know a lot of those. But I want to know, would you fight back on my comment that Ohio State is better at every position group?
I really don't think the Buckeyes have the same type of pass rush Michigan does. We've seen, I mean, year in, year out, Michigan's been able to get after it. We saw Aiden Hutchinson. And this year, I think Derek Moore and Jayshon Barham just bring more to the field than Bo Atkinson and Caden Curry do.
What about Kenyatta Jackson and Caden Curry?
Well, that too.
Yeah, I don't know.
The right side of your offensive line, I think, is a little suspect. Michigan's defensive line's really is the strong part of the team. I heard you talk about the running backs. I say there's no way there. Jordan Marshall has something to prove coming from Ohio, coming from Cincinnati. I think he's gonna put his head down and play. If he's at 80%, he's gonna give everything he's got.
So give me your confidence level in Michigan winning the game.
I'm 100% confident in us winning the game.
Whoa, we need to up this bet. We need cash involved too.
There you go. There you go. Get pie,
Singing
and cash.
and money.
It's like being a coach. I'm going to say I'm not confident in my team winning the game. Like, no, they're going to go in there. They're going to give everything they got. It's going to be a dogfight.
He wouldn't have agreed to taking a pie to the face, perhaps, and singing these songs if he wasn't confident.
Okay.
And here's the thing. I do think Ohio State's going to take care of business, and I agree that there's a 100% chance that Marshall's going to play. He's a tough kid. I know he didn't play yesterday. But man, he's like one Arvell Reese shot away from not playing. You know what I mean? His shoulder looks pretty banged up.
And I think that what Julian's saying too. Have we seen him really get hit this year? Now, your offensive is that nod to your offensive line or to the pass rushes that you've had to play against? But have we seen Sayin really get a shot this year and get up like how Will Howard did in that game last year and go, oh man, like that? This is playing Michigan.
He's taken some. That was a really good shot that Howard got. Man, that was a really good hit. And Sayin's had some where I was like, oh, that was nice that he bounced up. A couple weeks ago against UCLA, he took what I thought was a late hit and was banged up with Bam, and that should have been a 15-yard penalty. Regardless, he still would have got banged up. But he looked good yesterday. I thought he might be a little gimpy yesterday. He looked good. But yeah, he's not a big guy. Will Howard was a big guy, and I still maintain. Will even kind of admitted this after the game last year. I think I'm still convinced he had a concussion. You look like us over there doing smelling salts on the sideline. You don't do that, for like a neck injury. And then he said after the game it was a head injury. Now, he did throw his only touchdown after that, but I think he was clearly concussed.
So, again, Justin Schmuse from the Hollywood Casino Sportsbook has joined us. The bet is on. If Michigan wins, I get a pie to the face and have to sing Mr. Brightside and your other stupid fight song. And if Ohio State wins, you get the pie to the face, and you got to sing Hang On Sloopy and Across the Field. So the bet is set. We're good with that. Now, let's talk about how people are betting this game at Hollywood Casino. What are we know the line is out. It's 12.5. What are kind of the big Ohio State bets that we're seeing right now?
That opening line, I think people are a little more shy about it this year than they have been in the previous few years. They 12.5, I think 13.5 maybe. Just seeing the 2 touchdowns doesn't seem as likely this year, but there's still the other side where it's like, I don't think it's going to be a problem. People are we're going to crush them by 3-4 touchdowns. The Michigan offense isn't what it was, blah, blah, blah.
And you're seeing some big bets come in on Ohio State to win the national championship, more so than this individual game.
That's really, our line just came out for the game. So none of the big bets have kind of came in for the game day, but the national championship bets, we got a $40,000 bet, I think at 3.5 to 1. To win the national championship. We got about $750,000 on the line if the Buckeyes win.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I'd love to see our friends at the casino pay out that near $1 million
we did last
to Buckeye
year.
bettors.
Yeah, they made bank last year and the year before that. This is the 3rd full year of legalized sports gambling in Ohio. Scotty and I, this is our 7th year doing the show, Justin. We would spend at least 5 minutes every show the first 4 years saying, when are we getting legalized sports gambling? Why would we have to go to West Virginia and do this? We would do shows in Indiana. We would go on the party bus and do this show from Hollywood Casino in Lawrenceburg, Indiana. So, it feels like it's been longer than that.
Yeah.
3 years.
You and I were talking about this a little bit before you came on here, is as far as all the scandals that are going on in sports betting, and a lot of them involved prop bets, right? So you said that you gave me a number that surprised me as far as number of bets that come in that are prop bets versus straight bets or parlays or futures. Talk to us a little bit about the number of prop bets that you see and how you see the future of prop bets in the sports gambling industry.
Well, when you started off that statement with scandal, I thought we were going somewhere else.
Oh, yeah. You're used to talking scandals.
But a lot of our, the state of Ohio cut off collegiate sports bets, kind of was right after the first season. And NFL prop bets and NBA and all the other sports stay really big. But it's only about 10% of our business. A lot of our handle, a lot of our money, I think this comes from those single big bets on these games. 40,000, I guess, on that future bet, but 40, 50, 100,000 on these games straight up on the spreads. Props, it's those parlays, 15-leg, 16-leg, 10-leg parlays. People like to put together and make the same game parlays, but anymore, I don't see them continuing to allow those things because of all the scandals that we've had thus far.
Yeah, and it makes a lot of sense, Justin, because if I'm doing one of these micro bets, and I'm not a big micro better, but if I'm doing one of these Cleveland Guardians bets, as we'll call them now, first pitch is going to be a ball. I'm probably doing that on an app. If I'm sitting at the casino, I'm probably not doing these micro bets. So it's probably a bigger deal because I agree. These Major League Baseball's already limited how much you can bet on these certain things. I think eventually they're going to do away with some of these micro bets, but that's a bigger deal for the apps on my phone than it is for you guys, obviously.
Well, we see people get limited regularly with prop bets. Even coming into the second half of a smaller college football game, or
Scotty would know about getting limited.
Yeah, you gotta check your volatility. You don't know how much you want to pay out, and people are only risking $5, but you could go and win $300,000-400,000 on these big parlays.
Yeah, no doubt. And that's one of the things one of the ways that I do like the industry's going as far as with the prop bets, if there's an injury in the first half. That's something that's a relatively new thing, but a lot of the books are doing this now where let's say you do a prop bet on somebody for the entire game and they get hurt in the first quarter. And you're like, well, crap, I just had a great bet built out and the injury happened early, so there's no way he's going to go over that number. Now we're seeing the industry kind of move to, okay, we're going to make that bet no action. And I think that's a good move. I'm skeptical on getting rid of prop bets altogether. I hope that doesn't get to that point, but I do agree with the micro betting of, okay, what's the next pitch going to be? What's the next play going to be? Run, pass, that kind of stuff. I wouldn't mind seeing that be limited or go away. But as far as the player props go for a game, over under receiving yards or passing touches, I do feel like there's a good amount of money and people love to do that.
Well, you could see unders go away. Mm-hmm. So it's not going to allow people to throw a game. You say will they go over 80? And
right,
hey, are they going to do it or not? There is no negative to it.
Yeah,
we could see that happen.
All right, we're going to talk some Ohio State football next, but it was great catching up with Justin Shamus from Hollywood Casino, the sportsbook there, and the really cool bet that Justin and Scotty have made. You guys feeling good about it?
He's getting a pie in the face on Saturday, baby.
Thank you, Justin. I appreciate your time, sir.
Thanks, guys.
We got to disinfect the studio after seeing this shirt,
and if people are watching,
shoes and hat in the studio. It's
people
ridiculous.
Are just tuning in on YouTube and they didn't hear me introduce Justin, they're probably, why is Dan Orlovsky in your studio wearing Michigan gear? Justin is a spitting image of Orlovsky. I'm telling you. We even call him Orlovsky sometimes when we see him. All right, up next is Ohio State football. This is On the Money.
Unlike your deadbeat uncle, we'll never leave you stranded in a ditch when you were 6. This promo may have been a touch too specific. The Fan. Get Eco.
Aaron, an HVAC system is exactly like a car.
Except for it doesn't have tires, brakes, turn signal, a steering wheel, or a speedometer.
Yeah, but other than that, they're exactly alike.
Get Eco.
Why do we change the oil on a car?
So it works better and lives longer.
Why do we do regular maintenance on an air conditioning system?
So it works better and lives longer. Okay, now I see your point.
We replace tires and brakes to keep everyone safe, and we inspect furnaces to keep everyone safe.
Get Eco.
But you cannot get EcoFi Advantage for your car.
For just $28 a month, EcoFi Advantage covers all 3 systems.
Plumbing, electrical, and HVAC.
Get Eco.
Go to geteco.com and scroll down the page to where it says EcoFi Advantage. And make sure you watch the video of Aaron and me.
I don't think you're in that video, Jerry.
Get Eco.
Eco. Plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. GetEco.com.
Busy schedule? This is Ryan Krieger, and Krieger Ford has you covered. Krieger Ford offers pickup and delivery, or our mobile service van will come right to you. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Schedule your appointment today only at KriegerFord.com.
Give the gift everyone wants. Fun in your own game room. Billiards Plus has gifts for everyone. Pool tables, shuffleboard tables, card tables, grills, and more. With professional delivery and installation, you'll beat the last-minute scramble. Reserve yours now. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Hey, it's Anthony for Orthopedic One. I'm not invincible anymore. I never was, but I refuse to punt on things I still love to do. That's why over the past several years, when I've had things creep up, like back pain, shoulder issue, elbow problem, I've had it all, I've always chosen Orthopedic One. That's because Orthopedic One is Ohio's largest physician-owned orthopedic practice with 60 physicians in every specialty. Find a physician or location near you at orthopedic1.com. Orthopedic One. This is where you go to get better.
Grow your savings with certainty and jingle all the way into 2027 with a 16-month certificate
from Kemba Financial Credit Union, earning you up to 4.50 annual percentage yield. Strong returns plus local people equals peace of mind. And the best place to save in Central Ohio. Visit Kemba.org. $500 minimum deposit required to open and earn stated APY. $250,000 maximum deposit. Restrictions apply. Advantage status required. Insured by NCUA. Expires 12/31/25.
Statistics show that roughly 20 veterans die by suicide every day in the United States. Canines for Warriors is the leading nonprofit organization providing highly trained service dogs to veterans with PTSD and other invisible wounds of war. Backed by scientific research, Canines for Warriors has transformed the lives of more than 1,000 veterans, helping them reclaim their independence. To find out more, please visit caninesforwarriors.org.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on a team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score. Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up. You get early payout on parlays, too.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply.
Bank of America is the nation's leading business lender, and we're ready to help with your next goal here in Columbus. That's why we have over 3,700 local business specialists across the country. Because with the right team, your business and community prosper. What would you like the power to do? Learn more at bankofamerica.com/local business. Bank of America, official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America Corporation, all rights reserved.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar, the better tasting, more refreshing zero sugar cola. Listen to that endless pour. Pure refreshment. If it sounds this good, just imagine how it tastes. Oh yeah, so good. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
You're kind of cute. Ugh, gross. Can I come over to your house one time and you not have your husband prancing around in its tidy whities?
Well, I can't do laundry because our septic line is clogged.
Call Dormar. They do same-day plumbing repair. Dormar! You're kind of cute.
What would it take for my child to only miss half a day of school for treatment?
What would it take to fund a cure for childhood cancer?
It would take all of us to come together to support the research. Join us. Go to childrenscancer.org today.
Common Man and Timmy.
I'm waiting in this cold room and I feel it shrinking away. Like it's gone. It's almost inverted.
Common Man and Timmy, afternoons on the Fan. It's sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Mostly sunny skies are expected here for today, with temperatures warming up into the lower to middle 50s here for this afternoon. Winds fairly light at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. As we head into tomorrow, we are tracking more sunshine, but some more clouds rolling in ahead of our next weather system that will bring us some rain here by Monday night into Tuesday. And that's a look at your 10 weather impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Aaron White here on 97.1 The Fan.
Starting Monday, it's rivalry week. We call it that because the Buckeyes play a very annoying team from Michigan. Clever.
Sponsored by your Central Ohio Toyota dealers.
The Fan. Some people golf on Sunday mornings. Some people place bets on the people playing golf on Sunday mornings. This is On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
Welcome back to On the Money. Dave Biddle, Scotty Vegas, Isaiah Jacob. All right, so it feels like in a lot of ways the fist bump has replaced the handshake a lot of times. And then you get the awkward sometimes somebody holds their hand out and just so used to fist bumps, then it's like, okay, that was awkward. We got to do that again. Now, Scotty didn't get the memo that it's a fist bump. Scotty does fist punches. And I've been the victim of this many times. And he's not doing it to be mean. He just gets excited. He's got kind of big hands, thick hands, and he just kind of just throws jabs when he does fist bumps. It's a fist punch for Scotty. And then Justin's leaving. He had no idea this was a thing and goes to give Scotty a fist bump, and Scotty just smashes his hand, and now we're worried that Justin is driving home with a broken hand right now because he was on the wrong end of a Scotty Vegas fist punch. And you just get excited. You're a good guy, and then you just sometimes just want to just throw jabs at people's hands.
Well, Justin is a fragile Michigan fan, is what it is. I was like, hey, we just made this bet. We did our promo video for it and all that good stuff. And so I went to shake his hand reluctantly, and he's like, I'm not going to shake your hand right now because my hand is hurt because of your fist bump. And
I told him, like, yeah,
fragile Michigan fan.
Probably should have warned you about that. So, Isaiah, I don't know if you've been on the receiving end, but maybe go with the handshake or just say wave if you see Scotty. Don't do the fist bump, especially if he's excited. He will punch you. I have another funny Scotty story. So I'm sitting there at Man Cave World Headquarters, as I call it, down in my very, very nice unfinished basement. Friday evening, watching a little football, betting on the NBA as a delinquent might do.
On NBA
Winning bets. On NBA bets on a Friday. And I get a text from Scott. He's like, hey, we're headed to this 90s karaoke bar. You would love it. Come join us.
Yes.
And I'm like, it's like 9 o'clock which is not late for a Friday night unless you have to get up at 6 a.m. to do a pregame show.
Yep.
And I'm like, I can't believe Scotty, because I knew if you're asking me to come at 9, you're probably not going to be there till 10. You're probably going to be there till probably past midnight. Safe to say.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was Marysville. So it was an hour to get back home.
I'm like, I can't believe, because Scott I have to get to the pregame show early, not as early as you. You have to set up, you and the guys set up the stage and everything. So you have to get there like crack of dawn and then some. Like yesterday, been like 5 a.m. I'm like, I can't believe Scott is going to be out this late. So I had to tell you, I didn't even say, I can't believe you're doing this when we have to be up so early. So I just said, you're right, I would love that. I said, but I can't make it tonight, buddy. And then I didn't know till the next day that you were taking the next day off.
Yeah, well, I didn't take the whole day off. I took the morning off.
Yeah,
I recovered and got to the casino. And got to the casino, and we did a watch party. So I worked hard. I threw footballs out to people, and, that was my Saturday.
You can see how I was flummoxed sitting there like, dude, why are you inviting me out at like 9 p.m. on a Friday when we have to be up in a few hours?
Well, speaking of late out on Friday, I will say, I just accepted a invitation from a buddy of mine. I am going to be going to the Pitt Ohio State basketball game on Friday night. That's at Pittsburgh. The game's at 7 o'clock. I won't be getting out of that till 10 p.m. from Pittsburgh. But because I love Ohio State hoops and Jake Diebler and this hoops team so much, I'm going to make the trip. And then I'm going to drive back and be at the casino at about 7 in the morning. So doing the late night Friday night in Pittsburgh to watch our hoops team, and then make it to the casino Saturday morning.
You and Tim May are just traveling men, like just road warriors. Tim May's going to do the pregame show from the casino before the Michigan game, and then he's going to take off and drive up to Ann Arbor, just like he did for Purdue, man. He did the show with us at the casino, and then the show ends, and he's got about an hour and a half to get there. So he got there for the entire second half for Ohio State Purdue, a little shorter drive to Ann Arbor. So he should be.
So he's going to be listening to the Fan on the way up. He's going to get there about halftime of the OSU Michigan game.
Oh yeah,
and then he's going to cover the post game.
Listening to the best radio duo in college football, and Paul Keels and Jim Lachey. Those guys, they really are fantastic, and they've been doing it since 1997.
Incredible.
1997, and their chemistry is great. Paul has the voice from God, and then Jim being the former All-American and NFL Super Bowl champions, kind of a little more rah-rah, but knows his stuff back and forth.
Let's not forget Tyler Danberg, too.
Yeah,
does such a good job. I was listening.
Yes, he does a great job.
I was actually heading to the casino.
Paul calls him Danberg, too. It's Danforth, isn't it? Tyler Danforth.
So I was on the way to the casino, and I was listening to his interview with Sonny Styles, and it was spectacular.
He's good.
Yeah,
that's how.
Great.
He's young. He was doing Ohio State student radio not that long ago when I met him. They went down for that Georgia game that I was mentioning, at the neutral site in Atlanta for the 2022 college football semifinals. Ohio State still should have won that game. I remember talking to Tyler down there. He does a great job. Ohio State fans are fortunate to have Paul Keels and Jim Lachey and Tyler doing the calls. And all right, let's talk more about this spread next week. So the Buckeyes are favored by 12.5. Now, I don't think anybody as a Buckeye fan would have any trepidation about this game, if not for things that happened in the last 4 years, you know? I still, man, I just hope, and this is easier said than done, because if we're a little nervous, you know that, that probably the players are. Maybe the players aren't. They're ultimately confident. The coaches probably are. Maybe Ryan Day is a little bit. Hopefully not. Hopefully Ryan Day just goes out there and doesn't play recklessly. He doesn't call a reckless game, which I don't think he will, but plays aggressive. We think Ohio State's better at every position. Justin, the Michigan fan, disagrees with us on that, but we think Ohio State's better at every position. They have the better coaching staff. Go out there and play like it. Don't play not to lose. Go out there and take it to them.
Yeah, and again, this is the opportunity to ruin the Michigan season, right? Because if Michigan wins, they're going to be in the college football playoff. You have the opportunity to knock them out. And just think, now, we've had 11 games. And look, during the call-in show, I've said relatively boring regular season, right? And now we're at a point where every single snap and every single play is going to matter going forward, Dave. Like every single snap of the OSU-Michigan game is huge. And then you're going to hopefully win that game and then go play for a Big Ten championship in Indianapolis against Indiana. And then you're into the playoffs. So now everything matters. There's no more snoozing in the second half against Rutgers or, okay, counting how many points are you going to beat UCLA by, or are you going to cover against Purdue. All that stuff's done. All the boring regular season is over. Now now's the time. Now it's real.
Also, apologies to Tyler Danberg. That is his name. It is Danberg. I am getting it confused with a guy I went to high school with named Dan Forth. I was thinking you guys were like, why are you guys calling him Danberg? Because that's his name.
I wrote it down.
That's a real, and I checked it on the line too. Yeah. I was like, what am I thinking here? And I'm like, well, yeah, I had a buddy named Dan Forth. That's why I get that confused. I was even thinking, like, I heard Paul say Danberg, and I'm like, isn't it Dan Forth? And then you said it. No, Tyler, if you're listening, I'm sure you have better things to do than listen to the show.
He does listen. He talks to me about the show.
Okay, good. He's a great guy. Tyler Danberg. Why do we call him Danberg? Because his last name is Danberg.
And does a great job.
It does a great job. Why do we do this or that? Because we love it, and that's coming up next on The Money.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
They're trained. They're prepared.
Let's do it.
They're Ohio's undefeated plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling team. And they're here to tackle your problems. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
If you haven't felt the rush of the holiday season, trust me, it's coming. Eric Reeser here. Get your body ready for all the tailgating and all the turkey at Hydrate Me Med Spa. They've got 4 convenient locations in Central Ohio, offering medical-grade IV and aesthetic treatments to help you look and feel your best during the hustle and bustle. I dropped into their Dublin location for an ozone therapy treatment. They infused my blood with medical-grade ozone that gave me a much-needed energy boost and properly prepared my immune system to tackle cold days and crowded stadiums. Look great, feel great today. Book your drip at hydratememedspa.com.
As we wonder why our kids are struggling, someone is getting bullied. As we discuss how to improve their mental health, someone is being harassed on social media. As we wonder why they're skipping school, someone is crying themselves to sleep. Knowing the signs is the best way to prevent bullying.
Please just leave me alone.
Learn the signs at sandyhookpromise.org.
Monday starts up a pretty big week. Gobble, gobble, and all that crap. Let's focus on what really matters. Rivalry Week.
Sponsored by your Central Ohio Toyota dealers.
The Fan. D. Biddle places over-unders on how many traffic lights he hits coming into the studio. This is On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
Welcome back to On the Money. And right about now, it's time for one of our favorite segments. It is This or That. Hit it, Isaiah.
Here they come, yo. Here they come. Here they come, yo. Here they come.
Are you guys getting with, we should call the fantastic first-year sideline reporter for the Buckeyes, Tyler Danberg, which is his real name, or should we call him Tyler Danforth, which is not his name? No, I'm kidding. It is Tyler Danberg. I don't know what I was thinking. All right. Mine are going to be Thanksgiving themed. All right. Do you guys all like turkey to at least?
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You guys getting with dark meat or white meat?
I actually prefer the dark meat turkey. However, of a Thanksgiving meal, I do very little turkey. I will have the turkey just for show, where it's like, okay, I'll have 2 or 3 bites of turkey because I know
when in Rome turkey.
Yeah, because I know that people went to great lengths to have the turkey on the table. So I will respect it and I'll take 2 or 3 bites.
You're a ham guy, aren't you?
I do love ham.
Yeah.
But even more importantly, I am loading up on green bean casserole.
Oh, yeah.
Mashed potatoes, cheesy potatoes, and stuffing. Those are the 4 that I want on my plate, and I will have just a smidge of show turkey. But
Okay.
it'll be dark meat.
Dark meat. Yeah, I for chicken, I like I like dark meat chicken too, but I've always preferred dark meat turkey. I'll have both. And I mix them with mashed potatoes and gravy. So it's like it's like turkey mixed basically with mashed potatoes and gravy. I love it. It's very healthy too, as I joke. So I'm getting with dark meat, Isaiah.
I'm hitting the dark meat as well. But for me, every single time, I am grabbing the leg.
Yes.
I am the drumstick, big leg. Every single year, my parents, everybody clowns me for it because, like, you don't want to be the person taking it. Every single year, I always grab the leg because I think it's the best. It's the best part, and so I always grab that. But similar to Scotty, I'm not big on the turkey or even like the sides. I'm a dessert guy, and so I'm saving. My family does a lot of desserts. I'm saving for the apple pie, the pumpkin pie, all the different desserts we have. I'm definitely desserts.
Speaking of pie, somebody's getting a pie in the face next week. And there'll be pie in Isaiah's face, apparently, on Thursday. Okay. This is going to be a really tough Ohio State question for you guys,
Okay.
I think, because this went around my group chat, and there was a lot of different answers to it. And I don't know what's right, what's wrong. So I'm going to get your guys' opinion on it. All right. You have the option. Ohio State either wins the national championship, or Ohio State beats Michigan and Indiana in the Big Ten championship and loses in the college football playoff. Which one are you taking? The Natty, or you're beating Michigan, you're winning the Big Ten, and you lose in the playoff?
Yeah, I'm not going to contradict myself. I said last year, as much as it stung, I'm going to give me, if you had me pick before the Michigan game, okay, listen, they're going to lose a 4th straight time, but they're going to win the national championship. I said, listen, national championship banners fly forever. They don't have banners up there for wins over Michigan. As much as
but you remember
as it is,
them.
Of course you do. Of course you do. But being the first team to ever go back to back, I have to get with that. I would be contradicting everything that I said last year. So, yeah, I mean, it would sting to lose to them again. But I would take losing to Michigan and still winning the national championship, being the first Ohio State team to ever do it, go back to back.
Yeah. Yep. And initially, I'm like, no question, I'm taking the Natty. Like, that was my first response of, yes, national championship, despite losing to Michigan. Yeah, national championship and back to back. And then I kind of sat there and I'm like, oh my gosh. Think about how
Can I take a 5th straight?
miserable misery. And I'll never forget the anger last year driving home. My 8-year-old at the time, Spencer, and he's in the car with me, and he's kind of in like tears. You know, we were at the OSU Michigan game, and it was misery. And that trip home was as bad and as low as it gets. And you remember that. But that national championship night when OSU beats Notre Dame, and that makes up for it, right? Like that
and then some.
And then some. So
yeah.
I'm taking the Natty.
And I will
but
say,
it makes you think.
I won't. This wouldn't change my answer, but I might feel a little different if I didn't think this Ohio State team was the best team in the country. You know what I mean? If this was an Ohio State team where I'm like, even if they get in, are they really going to? Which is kind of how I felt coming into the year. I thought they'd be really good. And if you told me they beat Michigan and make the CFP, I remember saying that would be a successful season and see what happens after that. But now Ohio State is the best team in the country. So I would definitely have to take the Natty.
I'm taking the Natty too. For me, but I think about like the pain, like Scotty was saying, the pain of like these Michigan losses, like after the game. Oh my gosh, it has been heartbreaking. Like these past couple of years, the Marvin Harrison like interception from Kyle McCord, and then this past season, Jack Sawyer gets the interception. I think it's all going our way, and then obviously the offense putters out. Like it's been so heartbreaking. But then I think about the Notre Dame win in the national championship, and like the journey there of those 3 games, the Texas game and how great the Tennessee game was. I'm taking the Natty again, but I will tell you this next weekend, I would be in a whole different world of pain.
Yeah, can't we just have it all?
Yeah.
Let's beat Michigan. Let's win the Big Ten, and let's just win it all.
Well, that's the thing about last year. It wasn't just winning the Natty, although that was the ultimate prize. It was like the road there that you mentioned. I mean, the Tennessee game. How much fun was that? And then the Rose Bowl. How much fun was that? And then the Texas game, like the thrilling ending, and then of course the national championship game. It was such a crazy run. All right, Isaiah, you're up, my friend.
All right, I got this one for you guys. And for Ohio State football, they have not won the Big Ten championship since 2020 when they beat Northwestern. Also, the Ohio State basketball team has not gotten out of the first round of the NCAA tournament since 2021 when they beat Loyola Chicago. If you could only choose one, they're either exiting the first round and making it to that second round of the basketball tournament, or OSU beats Indiana and goes on to the playoff. Which one are you picking?
I know what Scotty's going to say.
So you're
For
talking
me,
a tournament win or a Big Ten championship game win?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm getting with the Big Ten championship football.
Of course you are.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, I love Ohio State basketball, but Ohio State football has always been number one across all sports. I'm a huge Reds fan, Bengals, all these. It's always been Ohio State football has been my number one since I was a little kid.
Well, if you had to power rank it as far as importance, number 1 is winning the Natty. Number 2 is beating Michigan. And then I think a distant third is winning the Big Ten championship game. Winning a NCAA tournament game is amazing and incredible, and I've missed it so much. You mentioned 01 was the last time. This team, I think, has a chance to get to the Sweet 16.
21, not 01.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought, yeah. It feels like. It feels like 01.
The answers would be different.
But I am going to go with the tournament win.
Yes.
And let's go to the Sweet 16, not just one win.
I like it too.
All right, it's back to me. You mentioned this earlier. It's funny that you said this. All right, you guys getting with Isaiah? Pretend you like both of these if you don't. All right, you getting with stuffing or mashed potatoes? Ooh. You can only have one. Mother-in-law says, Scotty, you only can have one. I say mother because my mother-in-law is going to be cooking the feast for us, as she always does. And if she says you only can have the stuffing, or you only can have she calls them party potatoes because she makes them extra healthy with, she puts like cream cheese in them. Oh, yeah. Sour
we do that
cream
too.
and cream cheese is so freaking good. And then of course, I have to put gravy on top of that too. I've been trying to eat well, and then I'll put on like 10 pounds like on Thanksgiving alone. But if you only can have one, you getting with stuffing or mashed potatoes?
I'm going to go with stuffing, and here's why. Stuffing is something I only have like once a year. Like I it's not something that we make generally, with a meal as stuffing. Mashed potatoes, I feel like I'll have 10, 15 times a year. So because it's special, because we throw this nice spicy Bob Evans sausage, my mom's recipe is great. We only do it once a year. I'm going stuffing.
Man, I love them both. I'm going with mashed potatoes.
I'm rolling mashed potatoes, but really because of the gravy. I love gravy. So when you pair, if it was just mashed potatoes, I think I would lean stuffing. But mashed potatoes and gravy, I'm rolling mashed potatoes.
All right, guys. So during the week, there was a comment by Bill Simmons on a podcast, which I like Bill Simmons. Some people don't, some do. I really like a lot of his stuff. And he put out there that the most irrelevant franchise in pro sports is the Columbus Blue Jackets. Okay.
And the rationale was they don't suck enough where they're setting records of suckitude.
Yeah, there you go.
But they are never good.
Right.
They might barely miss the playoffs. If they've made the playoffs a couple times, they had the one series that they swept. But yeah, and I will say this just to set it up, then we'll kick it back to you.
Yep.
It was like his producer or somebody that suggested the Blue Jacket. He didn't just come up with it by himself. They were trying to think of the most irrelevant sports franchise. And I believe his producer said, what about the Columbus Blue Jackets? And Simmons was like, yes.
Yeah. Yes, that's how it went down. I appreciate you gave the context. So my question is, in your world, obviously for us, the Blue Jackets are not the most irrelevant.
Right. They're very relevant.
They are very, very relevant. If you were to say a professional team that's the most irrelevant to you, who would it be?
It's a good one.
Just a random.
And Isaiah, if you have one that popped in your head, you can go first if you want. I'm trying to think of this.
See, for me, it would lean probably NHL.
Me too.
And I think about some of the teams that I don't really ever think about, which would be like the Utah Mammoth.
Yes.
That'd be one that I'd think of. And the only reason that I know that they're a thing is because they've recently been dubbed with the name change and everything in their new franchise. So
That's my answer, too, because I didn't even know there was a Utah Mammoth. That's how little I pay attention to the NHL, to be honest.
Ironic. I would have gone with the Phoenix Coyotes, which became the Utah Mammoth. Last year, they were just the Utah Hockey Club. I think Mammoth's actually a good. I'll go with, I'm trying to think of somebody. Like the Ottawa Senators.
Okay. What's the most irrelevant, I guess, NFL team to you?
Right now, I think it's the Saints because there's nothing happening there. The Jaguars are always like one that I think of a lot that they just seem irrelevant, but Trevor Lawrence is sometimes exciting and they sometimes make the playoffs.
Titans
are good.
Titans, that's a good answer. But
and they were so exciting for a while, and then I still can't believe they got rid of Mike Vrabel to hire Brian Callahan, who was offensive coordinator in name only on Zach Taylor's staff. Anyway.
I guess in lifetime, franchise that you've thought the least amount about, right? I mean, not Titans. They had a run, right, where it was like they were relevant. They had a great player with Derrick Henry. You would remember the back of the day, Eddie George.
Oh yeah, Steve McNair.
So I think they're a little bit more relevant. For me. And I know they had Cam Newton for a while. The Carolina Panthers are a team that I never really think about one way or the other.
Yeah, no, it was, Harbaugh has them. Well, I mean, they're okay. I mean, it used to be kind of the Chargers as well, especially when they moved to L.A. It just seems so weird. They should be in San Diego.
Yeah.
Like the L.A. Chargers, it just seems weird. Yeah, when I was growing up, maybe like it was like the Patriots before they went on their runs. They were pretty irrelevant. So what are we going with for NFL? What we got?
I'm going the Panthers.
I think the Panthers are a good answer because outside of the Cam Newton years, they have nothing.
Right.
Okay. I like that.
All right, fellas, I got one more quick one for us. All right, for the next 2 weeks, Buckeyes roll Michigan, but win close against IU, or Buckeyes win close against Michigan, but roll IU in the Big Ten championship game.
Is this what we want or what we think would happen?
What you want.
Oh,
what you
roll
want to
Michigan.
Happen.
Roll Michigan.
You guys are both going roll Michigan. I don't know, because for me, I wouldn't mind beating Michigan in a close way, but just destroying IU and going into the college football playoff with that. And the only reason is because I think it's a better excuse to have a close game against like your rival than have a close game against IU that I think we're a lot better than.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
But either way, I'll take either one.
Yeah. Well, let's just blow both of them out.
Okay, we got to take a break. I do have one more this or that I want to throw your guys' way, but we'll do that next. We're also going to do some best bets. This is On the Money.
We're known for three things: games, conversation, and common man yelling about things only he cares about. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Hey, Columbus. It's Lorenzo Styles Jr., Ohio State student athlete. It's football season, and just like on the field, success starts with the right game plan and the right team. That's why I'm proud to team up with Monogram Homes. They're the true custom home builder, bringing precision, creativity, and attention to every detail, just like we do on Saturdays. If you're ready to build, don't settle for standard. Go custom. Go Monogram. Visit monogramhomes.net to start building today. Monogram Homes, a builder you can trust.
Hey guys, it's Timmy Hall from my friends at Orthopedic One, Central Ohio's most trusted orthopedic practice. 2 years ago, I was actually experiencing hip pain for the first time in my life, and I knew I needed the best. So I chose Orthopedic One for my physical therapy needs. And in a matter of weeks, I was rotating that golf swing better than before, and I was the longest hitter in my group again. So be like me and trust Orthopedic One and stay at the top of your game. Several convenient locations across Central Ohio. To find a physician or location near you, just go to orthopedic1.com.
Get Eco.
Aaron, an HVAC system is exactly like a car. Except for it doesn't have tires, brakes, turn signal, a steering wheel, or a speedometer. Yeah, but other than that, they're exactly alike.
Get Eco.
Why do we change the oil on a car? So it works better and lives longer. Why do we do regular maintenance on an air conditioning system? So it works better and lives longer. Okay, now I see your point. We replace tires and brakes to keep everyone safe, and we inspect furnaces to keep everyone safe.
Get Eco.
But you cannot get Eco-Fi Advantage for your car. For just $28 a month, EcoFi Advantage covers all 3 systems.
Plumbing, electrical, and HVAC.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Go to geteco.com and scroll down the page to where it says EcoFi Advantage. And make sure you watch the video of Aaron and me.
I don't think you're in that video, Jerry.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Eco. Plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. GetEco.com.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Looking for bold flavors and award-winning spirits? High Bank Distillery Co. is your destination for handcrafted cocktails, locally inspired dishes, and Whiskey War, the nationally recognized whiskey. Whether you're going for brunch, dinner, or just a drink, High Bank brings the perfect mix of craft and comfort. Stop by their Grandview, Gahanna, and Westerville locations this week. Dine, drink, distill at High Bank Distillery Co., where great spirits meet even better company. Learn more at highbankco.com.
Diane from Michigan, a disabled senior citizen trying to get by. Henry from Florida, a veteran fighting to make ends meet. Elena from Arizona, a mother struggling to feed her daughter. Hi, I'm Connie Britton, and I support Feeding America because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year, like Diane, Henry, and Elena. Learn more at feedingamerica.org. Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
Technology is meant to connect us, but when organizations rely on disconnected systems and outdated platforms, it's no wonder teams struggle to move as one. Plant Moran joins your team to close the gaps between strategy and execution, and between your people and your technology. Together, we design smart roadmaps and modernize systems so you can streamline operations, access accurate insights in real time, and become AI ready. Plant Moran, your goals and tech strategy in sync.
You can stream the game on your phone while you're gardening. You can stream it while you walk the dog. You can stream it at a trampoline park. You can even stream it at a monster truck rally. But the second you get behind the wheel, the game's over. Remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
When you need a mini excavator or a not-so-mini excavator, lean on Green, Sunbelt Rentals. With the largest rental fleet and hardest working equipment experts in Columbus, we can help you take a big step toward a mini excavator in one of 17 different sizes, from 2,000 to 18,000-pound machines, with 6 to 24 feet of reach and 5 to 15 feet digging depth. Though in the most rental locations, and it's no wonder the Columbus builders who are building Columbus lean on Green. Sunbelt Rentals. Learn more at sunbeltrentals.com.
Shop Meijer this Thanksgiving and bring more good to your table with incredible savings on seasonal favorites. Enjoy a Meijer frozen turkey for just 39 cents per pound with M-Perks. Limit 1 per customer, no clipping necessary. Russet potatoes are 99 cents for a 5-pound bag. Select varieties of Aunt Millie's Big and Fluffy Rolls are $3.29 a dozen. And don't forget to top up your meal with the fresh from Meijer 10-inch pumpkin pie for $8.99. Make Thanksgiving a good deal better with savings on the whole meal at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
The Jackets hit the road for a battle with the Washington Capitals. Live fan coverage starts Monday night at 6:30.
Sponsored by Atlas Butler Heating and Cooling.
Proud to be your flagship home of the Columbus Blue Jackets, The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Columbus, Worthington, Air, and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Scotty Vegas places so many bets, he can't even remember which teams he's rooting for. You're listening to On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
6 days, 1 hour, 10 minutes till the game. And updating the spread, Ohio State comes out as a 12.5-point favorite. Now, I've actually seen it come down at our friends at Hollywood Casino Columbus. It is now down to 11.5. So a little bit of movement here this morning. And my this or that, guys, let's say I hand you $1,000 and I say, you got to bet this Ohio State-Michigan game one way or the other. You can do the spread. You could do the total, whatever you want to do. Here's your $1,000. Place that bet one way. You could take Ohio State minus 12.5. You could do Michigan plus 12.5. You could do the total, which is 44.5 over or under. What are you doing with that 1,000?
I would put it on the point spread.
Okay, which way?
Am I super confident that Ohio State covering? Ohio State covering. I just feel like, will I have trepidation until the game is in the bag? Yes, I will. But they're the better team. I just think they're supremely motivated, which I have not necessarily seen from Ohio State teams that won the national championship the previous year. Like 2003, they brought almost the entire team back. They just didn't have the same hunger. 2015, almost the entire team back. They just didn't have the same hunger. This team's hungry. I would take your $1,000 and I would put it on Ohio State to cover the spread.
My score that I have for the game is 28-13 Ohio State. So I do have Ohio State covering, and I also have the game going under. I feel a little bit more confident in the under, which the total, by the way, is 44.5. So I've got it going under that. So, yeah, I if I had the $1,000 and had to place one bet one way, it'd be on the under for the game. But I do have Ohio State covering. Isaiah?
I kind of like the under, too. And one reason for that is I don't really think that Michigan's offense against OSU's defense is going to be able to do a lot. Even if they can keep it close, like, do I see them scoring more than 17 points? Like, I really don't. And so for that reason alone, I don't think OSU is going to blow them out of the water, probably, just because of the elements, the weather, the game. That's kind of how it goes. And so since I don't really believe in Michigan's offense, I think it'll probably keep it under. I think OSU will put up points, but not enough from both to get over 44.
And keep an eye on the weather, right? So it looks like it's going to be cold. High of 32 is what I saw, and then potential snow.
Oh, the potential. Okay.
Yeah.
Last I saw it was they thought it would be dry, but again, I was looking at it like 8 days ahead of time. We're still 6. I don't trust a forecast like tomorrow, let alone 6 days from now. But,
I know.
But I've been checking it out too. Yeah, and Isaiah, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, Ohio State, they just, like I said, they just have to go up there and just play their game. Whatever happens, happens. Don't go up there and play not to lose. All right, I do have one more this or that for you guys. All right, so you have some action on the early NFL game on Sunday, or on Thursday, on Thanksgiving. So that starts like at 12:30. Let's say you have some action on that, whatever that might be. Could even just be fantasy football. Could be you laid a nice bet on it. So you have action on that game, and it's a close game, right? It's going to the fourth quarter. You guys are called to the dinner table for the Thanksgiving feast, right? Start of the fourth quarter of the early game. We're talking about what's that, about 2 o'clock? So that's right around the sweet spot, right? We usually do it. It's not really lunch. It's like between lunchtime and like dinner time, right around 2 o'clock. So you're called to the table, and you're really invested in this game. Are you sneaking peeks at the table at your phone, or no?
Absolutely. In fact, I'm leaving the TV on.
And you can hear it.
Not only that, but I'm putting the remote control in my pocket, so I control that this thing's not getting turned off. So, yeah, absolutely. It's Thanksgiving. We're all celebrating here. We all want to know what's going on in the football. No, I'm at in-laws' house.
That's the thing. I'm at my in-laws' house. Okay, go ahead.
But, yeah, I have I would hide the remote.
Yes, and you might see me with a black eye after Thanksgiving, because I am going to sneak a couple peeks at my phone, and my wife's going to probably punch me in the face, and my mother-in-law is going to punch me in the other side of my face. But yeah, I'm checking the phone a couple times at least.
I'm for sure having the TV would be on in the living room anyway, and then this phone would be on the table. My family's Thanksgiving is very laid back, and so I wouldn't even feel bad looking at the phone.
Yeah,
I like that.
I'm the same way. We're gonna have the TV on. It's a lot of people. We'll probably have 30 or so people in the house, and about 25 of them want to watch the game.
Okay, that's good. I feel like sometimes I'm like the only one that has like anything like really invested in the early game. I'm like the degenerate looking at my phone at the Thanksgiving table. So we gave Tyler Danberg a new name on the show. We now call him Tyler Danforth. Sorry about that, Tyler, if you're listening. Now when I see Tyler, I'm just going to call him Danforth.
We also have a huge bet that has been placed, and it is, of course, at Hollywood Casino this coming Saturday. Dave, I can't wait for this. So the tailgate show live out there, 8:30, and then a big trivia contest, and then we're watching the game, and then afterward, we got the sportsbook manager, Justin, and I with a head-to-head bet. If Ohio State wins, then he gets a pie to the face and has to sing Hang On Sloopy and Across the Field.
You with singing No, you're not going to have to do it.
No.
But that's a tough song to sing.
Very bad.
You're coming out of your cage and you've been doing just fine. Gotta be down because I want it all. I would just like rap it if I were you. Trying to sing that's going to be, and then it gets to like the part where you got to go, he takes off her dress now. Let me. That's
maybe you tough. Can come sing for me.
Oh, I have. Well, first of all, you're not going to need to sing, nope. And I have to do a post game show anyway after Ohio State beats Michigan this week. All right, that is our show for today. Thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate it very much. For Scotty Vegas and Isaiah Jacob, I am Dave Biddle. This has been On the Money.
Hold on to your butts. Rivalry week is coming.
Sponsored by your Central Ohio Toyota dealers.